What was it?
Do you mind if I sneak over here
You can
and...
be there for a while, yeah.
No, just
I don't
that's
exactly
my kid.
know if Friday the 13th is
My
an
son.
unlucky day,
Do
but
you
I
mind?
ran into car issues 30 minutes before the show started, and I was the opener. And let me tell you guys this, it's a hell of a way to learn that you're not cute enough to hitchhike. So, the one thing I will say, as far as rumors about gingers goes, I will tell you that the rumor that gingers eat children and steal souls is false. That's actually the Vietnamese, so get it right. And as far as it goes looking like this, people actually act like I enjoy having my bare ass looking about as pale as my face on a good day. I felt really bad for my parents because they didn't expect to have a ginger, and the only way I could fully describe it is they probably felt the way I did on Christmas whenever I opened up my present and realized it was the wrong Xbox game. Oh shit, didn't want that. But so anyways, I'm 23 years old, so I'm a millennial. We are part of the problem. We seem to have a habit for eating Tide Pods. And I noticed it was a problem whenever they started childproofing all the laundry detergent, and it started taking me 15 minutes to do my laundry because I'm high and can't open it. Now, the one thing every millennial comes equipped with that I have on my person is my iPhone and my vape. Don't try to take it or I'll bite your dick off. However, you can't blame us for Donald Trump because there's one thing about us millennials and we don't vote. More millennials voted in the Bachelorette than the last presidential election.
That's true.
I'm personally not into that because if I wanted to watch 10 horny dudes hit on the only decent looking chick in the room, I just go to a dive bar at 1:30 on a Tuesday. Arr! So let's talk about some current events. The Bahamas is underwater, I think. Besides that, we lit the rainforest on fire, and polio is back. How the fuck did polio get back? Polio is like Ned Stark in Game of Thrones. I thought that we got rid of polio in season 1 before I even joined the bandwagon. The thing I like to say is there are two truths in life that never get old. Dark humor and unvaccinated children. Yeah, it's some dark humor up in here.
Yeah.
So talking about more current events, I'm a millennial, so this affects me. Did you guys hear about the vape juice ban? Yeah. Is anybody for that? No. All right, clearly we need to get a new governor. The way that I heard that this actually started is that the governor caught her 15-year-old hitting a vape, and then somehow there was a related like 1 death in 14 years due to vape juice. So now it's like the biggest fucking problem on the planet. And what I think's hilarious is she's saying we're trying to protect our kids, so why don't you give them bulletproof vests when they go to school? Right, the way that I understand this is when I went to school, one of those things happened every 3 or 4 months and it was terrible. It happens every week and I have a little sister. And what actually got on my nerves was whenever my little sister comes home and goes, yeah, they patted down the whole school to look for vapes.
Not weapons.
Where's the fucking logic in this?
Yeah.
They have the assets to do this and don't do it for guns? I will do a little bit to show you guys the logic behind this system.
That's true. That is true.
All right, Tammy, what do you got there? It's my daddy's 9mm handgun. Well, it's not a vape. Carry on. All right, Tony, what do you got there? It's my jewel. I'm sorry. You're not allowed to have that. I'm going to have to take... Oh my God. What do you do? Man down. Boys, I need backup. Terry bit my dick off. Listen, don't worry about me. Get that vape. You don't understand. These kids are having risk. At least that's how my fucked up mind pictures it. And the only good news is that I have heard that there's been like 3,000 to like 4,000 some votes in the first 2 days of the ban to not only get it repealed, but to get rid of the governor. And that's when I realized that we do in fact have millennials voting for two things. For Angelina and Brad to get together, and for hipsters to blow clouds at Starbucks.
Yeah!
Woo! So, I went to college to be a chemical engineer. I think you can all fucking tell how that went. The only thing I learned in college is Four Loko is bad for you. $60K to figure out that shit is poison.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, besides like this job, I'm also a DJ, and I'm a waiter at a very specific steakhouse I don't care to mention for fear of losing my job. And I'm here to tell you, after working at that place, I have learned one thing. 1 in 4 Americans are retarded. And I actually have a real life example to show you.
So we're getting better.
So, we're getting better, he's right. Fucking hecklers. But, so here it goes. Alright, sir, we have Coke products. What would you like? Coke? For you? Coke? For you? Coke? For you? I'll take a Pepsi. Honestly, those stupid people are the highlight of my day because they don't mean what they do. I'm going to tell you some stories about the people that explain why handing food to hungry people is a paying fucking job. For starters, a couple weeks ago in the steakhouse I worked, there was this guy who was beating his wife in public, and we had to call the cops on him because we pulled him away and he refused to leave because he was still waiting in line to eat. The fact that that happens at all is terrible, but then I talked to my manager and figured out it happens a couple times a year, and I was like, whatever, that happens more than once. So the other day, another good example, and this is the public restroom, not the employee restroom. I walk in there, and I see shit on the walls. And I tell my manager that happens, but I couldn't get past that. That's not normal to me. I can't deal with seeing human feces on the wall. The only thing I thought, though, realistically, was I just want to meet the guy. I want to see what perspired it, what he was thinking. What makes a human being go, I'll show you a medium rare fucking steak. This is medium rare. Can't you have a transgender bathroom like a normal place?
That is messed up.
But also what it really teaches you is, it teaches you when you work customer service the generosity of people and how they tip. And what I've really learned, poor people tip way better than rich people. And you know, oh fuck, you guys are gonna hate this joke. And the reason poor people tip better than rich people is because poor people are excellent at staying poor. So, I have a story for you guys. This is the best tipping story I have in my entire life, and it goes a little like this, so I'm in cash out, and my boss says somebody used a stolen credit card to pay for a meal, and we cashed them out, we did the research, and we're going over the cards, and then I look at the receipt, and I go, what a piece of shit!
You do it.
He tipped me $4 on 60. It wasn't even his own fucking money.
What a cheap bastard.
So, Jimmy decided not to work tonight, the bartender, because this bit is about him.
That's her son.
And the one thing that I gotta say is, my co-workers are almost as bad as the people. Because I work with 30 women and Jimmy. And I count Jimmy as one of the women because he bitches about the same as them. And the thing about working with 30 women and Jimmy is women fucking hate each other. I will actually hashtag me free. All right.
Yeah, they do.
But-
Oh God.
But the thing is I actually thought if I stuck the 30 of them in a closed room for 8.5 hours and locked the door, only 29 would come out because they would have picked up on the weakest and most vulnerable and ripped her limb from fucking limb. That's just what I noticed. So what I will say is you gotta understand, I'm dealing with shit on the walls and breaking up 2 cat fights a week all at the same time in a busy restaurant. It's fucking insane. Speaking of insane, you don't know the 9th dimension of hell whenever 30 women and Jimmy are all menstruating at the same time. And you gotta deal with that shit. Alright. The last male server who I actually took his job, he quit within a month and a half after an attempted suicide. I say attempted, he's fine. Clearly you can tell he doesn't follow shit through. Alright, so I'm single. But honestly, it makes sense considering of how I look and my refusal to eat pussy.
Quit laughing.
Really, you're gonna boo that? Suicide jokes are cool?
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
I finished. But I like to say that women are like house pets.
Alright.
Because women are like house pets because if you intend on fucking them, you should probably feed them first. And why I don't have a girlfriend is a lot like why I don't have a pet. It's because I don't know what to feed them. And I'll be damned if my girl ever know where she wants to eat.
Right.
That's the fucking truth.
Where do you want to eat?
But to end, alright, girls. So to end, I'm not going to talk about the last time I've had sex with a woman. I'm saving it for my next routine for whenever she gets out of rehab. But I will tell you the last time I fought a woman. So I was DJing and it was after working here with 30 women. And the thing about it really is the rule about me DJing is I am always the drunkest person in the room. That night I was number 2 next to this girl. And she got very offended. She was very unhappy with the music being played. And I don't even remember what happened. I just remember at one point I was following her outside to fight her. Because what you don't understand is after working with 30 women all day, you do not know how bad I want to hit a woman all day. And the thing is Paul the bouncer, he goes up to me and he stops me because he's my friend. He goes, Matt, listen, I can't let you do this. You can't fight her because she's a woman and she's 76 years old. And the thing about this is, Matt, I'm not a betting man, but my money's on her. So I don't listen, and I go out there, and then she takes her jacket off and has a bunch of tattoos. That's scary. Worse is, she takes her dentures out and whips them at my face. And I'll be honest with you, when it hit me in the forehead, fight or flight kicked in. I know an ass whooping when I see one coming. So I immediately ran, shoved her over, and hid in the men's bathroom. And locked the door. And my first thought in my head was, God, I gotta sit in here for 2 hours. And I'm like, something stinks. Did I shit myself running away from her?
Oh my God.
And then I look up on the walls, and what do I see but shit everywhere, and what I say is, God damn it, he was here too. Thank you for your time. I'm Matt Cook. I love you.
You did okay,
Keep going
man.
from Matt Cook, everyone. That's Matt Cook. Here we go. Or, as I like to call him, Howdy Doodie's brother. There he is. Howdy Doodie's brother.
Oh, that's nice. My like it.
Good job, man. I love
What
it.
can you do?
All right, we're
Got
gonna
red
keep
hair.
rolling. Is everyone doing okay, Jesse?